If you found your way to this video, it's probably because you love peanut butter but don't want all the fat. And so you've heard about peanut powders but aren't sure which one to get? Well, stick around. I'm going to be reviewing a bunch of them, so you only buy the one that you love. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Manya and I've lost 30 pounds on the WW Purple Plan. And today what I want to do is review peanut powders for you. Everyone knows about the OG peanut butter, the PB2, but it's kind of boring sometimes, and it's nice to have a little variety, and they can be pretty expensive. I have 8 peanut powders here, and I'm going to go through a rigorous test for you so we can determine which one you should invest in and which ones you should give a pass to. I'm going to take a 5-point scale to all of these and measure blendability, taste, ingredients, and WW points. So if that interests you, let's get right into it. Okay, let's get right into it with the original, the PB2. Now, this is the one that you've probably already tried before. The ingredients are pretty good. Not the best we're gonna see today, but pretty good. It has roasted peanuts, sugar, and salt, 60 calories for 13 grams and about 1.5 grams of salt. So for every single one of these, I pre-mix them in half. So this is half of a serving because I don't need that much peanut butter in my life. I'm going to try every single one of them with this spoon. So let's start with the original. And I've had this one a lot of times. And I think for blendability, I'm going to give it a 5. I mean, it comes out looking like peanut butter, which is really nice and not the case with all of them. So I'll go ahead and give that a 5 on blendability. On taste, I have to be honest, it doesn't taste exactly like peanut butter, which I kind of want it to. I have this sort of chemically taste in my mouth, which we're gonna experience on a lot of them. But for that, I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5. The ingredients, I'm also gonna give it a 3 simply because it has sugar and salt, which when I was eating a lot of nut butters without, not the powder, but the actual nut butter, I would always choose ones without sugar and salt. So for the one that everyone uses to have both sugar and salt, not ideal to me. And then points, it is 1 point per serving. So I think that's about as low as you're gonna get. And I would give that a 5 out of 5. Let's move on to the next one. Powder number 2 is going to be the PBFit, which is part of the PB2 family, but this is the one that is available at Costco. So if you are a Costco member, you can get this, and as you can see, I'm almost through it. The ingredients are slightly different. It has organic peanut flour, organic coconut palm sugar, and salt. It's 70 calories per serving, which is 16 grams, and this logs in at 2 points per serving. I don't think that the ingredients on this are as good as the ingredients on the original. This has roasted peanuts, whereas this has peanut flour. I don't know if that means it's more processed, but it makes me a little nervous. And at double the points, I don't think I'll be purchasing this again, but let's give it a taste test. So in terms of blendability, I think it's a little thick. It was not my favorite to blend up, but it is, if you like a good thick peanut butter, this might be a good one for you. This one, the taste is awesome. It tastes just like peanut butter. It's actually pretty amazing. So if you haven't loved the taste of the PB2, you might try this PBFit. I imagine you can get it online on their website or at some other stores. I just know that this giant one is available at Costco. So for blendability, we're going to give it a 4 because it did come in thick, but that's easy enough to solve. Taste, I'm going to give it a 5. It tastes like peanut butter, which is really nice after the PB2. Ingredients, I'm going to give that a 3 as well, because of the flour aspect and also because it has sugar and salt. And then the points, I'm gonna give a 3. At double the points, now maybe that's worth it for you, but at double the points, I think for a tablespoon of regular peanut butter, it's 3 points. So you're only saving 1 point with this. I'm not sure I think it's worth it. All right, onward and upward. Next, we're gonna try PB&me dark roast. Now I had to get this one online, and they do have a regular roast that's not dark. They claim that this one tastes richer and deeper because of the dark roast. It is a 12-gram serving for 45 calories and 1.5 grams of fat, and it comes out to only 1 point per serving, and that's because the only ingredient in this is peanuts. If you're looking for what I would consider the healthiest one, no sugar, no salt, no additives, PB&me, both the dark roast and the regular roast are the same. This is the one you're gonna want to go for. So in terms of blendability, I thought it was very watery. Whoa, so watery that I just dripped it all over my floor. Let's give it a try. So I will say that this one is obviously bland compared to the other two. It tastes the most like when I purchase natural peanut butter in the store. It's just peanuts. I think what you would have to do is play with the water content a little bit if you wanted it to actually constitute like peanut butter and have that rich, thick creaminess. I don't know if it's possible to attain that, but it does taste just like peanuts, although it's bland. It's not my favorite. So for blend, I'm going to give it a 2, blendability. For taste, it's hard to compare because it's the only one I'm trying today with no salt and no sugar, but it is pretty boring. So I think I'm going to give it a 2 on taste. For ingredients, I'm going to give it a 5. Doesn't get much better than peanuts, and that's it. And then for points, it's 1 point per serving, so I will give that a 5 as well. Now we're gonna get into the final 5 peanut powders, and they are all dessert powders. So they're all gonna have sugar and lots of other ingredients, but I think these are really fun. If you're looking for something that tastes like a dessert, you can simply reconstitute these and dip apples into them if you want, but sometimes I sprinkle them on popcorn with a little spray oil. Lately I've been making them into a liquid with water and then drizzling them over oatmeal. Lots of opportunities here for a low point dessert option. These are all from the same company called Flavored PBco. I will link down below. You have to buy them through their website. And I'm going to go ahead and contact them, see if they want to offer some kind of discount code. If I get an affirmative from them, it will also be linked below. So let's start with this flavor, which is the Cocoa Nut Donut. The serving size is 12 grams. It's 45 calories for a serving size, but check out these ingredients: peanut powder, tapioca powder, cane sugar, coconut, cocoa powder, sea salt, and stevia. So the sweetness is coming from stevia. Stevia is not my favorite flavor, so most likely it's going to taste sort of medicinal to me and not be my favorite. I find though with these, when I mix it with other stuff, they taste better to me, but if stevia doesn't bother you, then you're probably gonna love these. So let's try the Coconut Donut. So the blendability of this was good. You can see it's pretty thick. What I love about the flavored PBco is that every flavor for the most part has some kind of crunch to it. So these have a crunch of coconut, I believe. So does this taste like a coconut donut? So that is very chocolatey, which is really nice. Not sure it tastes like coconut to me. The crunch is nice. It's nice to have sort of something to dig your teeth into, but it mostly just tastes like cocoa powder and sugar to me. So the blendability is good. I'll give that a 5. The taste, it's not my favorite. This may be a personal preference thing. So you may want to try that if you're a fan of coconut and chocolate. It's not my favorite combination. So I personally am going to give it a 4. The ingredients, I mean, I got to rate all of these pretty low on the ingredient list because I can't make an argument that they're good, healthy fats. So I'm gonna give the ingredient list a 3. I appreciate that they use a natural sugar. I appreciate that they used unsweetened coconut. So I'll put them at a 3. And then the points, a couple of these end up being pretty high. So this is a 2-point per serving powder. So I'm gonna give this one a 3 as well on the points. Okay, the next flavored PBco is the party cake. So the crunch factor in this one are the sprinkles, which is kind of fun. I'll get to taste and appearance in just a second, but these are all 12 gram servings. This one's 45 calories with 0.5 grams of fat, so it's a little lower in fat. And the ingredients are peanut powder, cane sugar, sprinkles, tapioca powder, brown sugar, natural flavors, and stevia. So this is the first one we've seen with natural flavors, which I don't know what that is. It makes me a little uncomfortable. So let's give party cake a shot. For blendability, it blends up really nicely. It is nice and thick, and you can see the sprinkles in there. See if I can get the sprinkles to show up for you. Let's give it a shot. So I think what's a little weird about this one for me is that the picture on the package shows a white cake. When I bought it, expecting it to taste like sort of white cake with white frosting, like a wedding cake or a birthday cake. And really it just tastes like peanut powder with sprinkles. So for me, this is a little bit of false advertising, which impacts my satisfaction with the taste. So for blendability, I think they did a good job. I'm gonna give them a 5. For taste, I'm gonna knock it all the way down to a 2, just because I'm a little peeved at what they told me or what they led me to believe it would taste like and then what it actually tastes like. The ingredients, again, a 2. You know what, I'm gonna take that down to a 1. The natural flavors combined with all the sugar and all the salt, it's a very, very, very sweet. Not my favorite one. And for points, it's 2 points. So like all the others that have been higher points, I'm gonna give that 3 on a scale of 1 to 5. The next one is the salted caramel crunch. So the crunch in this one is from tiny bits of caramel or toffee or something like that. Also 12 grams per serving, 45 calories, 1 gram of fat, and the ingredients are peanut powder, toffee bits, cane sugar, brown sugar, tapioca powder, natural flavoring, sea salt, and stevia. Blendability wise, it's pretty much like the other ones. It's nice and thick, blends up well. And let's see how, you probably can't see the toffee bits in there. This one, unlike the party cake, tastes like what it's supposed to taste like, as far as I'm concerned. It lives up to its advertising. It tastes like a caramel hard candy that's been kind of melted down, but there's still little crunchy bits in it. It's pretty delicious. It's quite sweet, and that's most likely because it has multiple types of sugar in it. But for taste, I'm gonna give it a 5. Blendability is a 5. Ingredients, I gotta knock this one down again. I'm gonna give it a 3 or 2. It's just not particularly healthy. And then for points, it's 2 points per serving. So I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5 on points. Next is the chocolate almond bark from PBco. Heads up, I've bought this twice. This is one that I definitely enjoy. It is 12 gram serving for 45 calories and 1.5 grams of fat. The ingredients are peanut powder, tapioca powder, sugar, almond bits, cocoa powder, natural flavoring, sea salt, and stevia. This one rings up at only 1 point per serving, which is one reason that I really like it. The blendability is not so great. You can see how thick it is. It can be solved by adding a little more water, but compared to the others, that was surprising. And you can see in this how dark it is, and you can see the toffee bits in there, which is something I really enjoy about this one. It also has almond bits. I didn't mean to say toffee. It has almond bits. On its own, the taste is not my favorite, but sprinkled on peanut butter or into oatmeal, it's really, really good, and it's so low in points. So for points, it obviously gets a 5. Ingredients, I think also a 3. I can't in good conscience give the flavored PBcos anything higher than a 3 because of all the sugar. This one is less sweet tasting than some of the other ones, which I like. Some of the other ones just kind of blow you out with how sweet they are. The taste, I think, is a 4. And the blendability is a little weird, so I'm gonna give that one a 3, although I think that's easily solved. And lastly, one you might not expect, this is the banana nut bread flavor. They have a couple of fruit flavors. There's a berry one and then this banana nut. And not usually what I would choose. If I'm gonna eat my fruit flavor, I'm gonna eat my fruit. But I thought this one might be fun to try, and it only rings in at 1 point for the 12 gram serving. Also 45 calories and 1 gram of fat. The ingredients are peanut powder, tapioca powder, cane sugar, walnuts, natural flavoring, sea salt, and stevia. It does have little walnut bits in it. The blendability, you can see it's a little runny, sort of like a few tries ago. Easily solved, just don't put in as much water, but when you put in the amount they say, it does come up a little watery. Let's taste it. This one is kind of wild because it really does taste like banana nut bread. Not all of the other flavors taste like what they say they're gonna taste like. This one really does, and I love that it has the little walnut bits in it, so it has a crunch and it tastes like banana. So going through the scale on this one, blendability is a little weird, so I'm gonna give that a 3. Taste is, I mean, it certainly tastes like what they say it should taste like, so I'm gonna give that a 5. Ingredients, a 3, just because of all the sugar, the natural flavors, the processed bits. And the point value gets a 5 because it's only 1 point per serving. I think all in all, this one is very interesting for those of you who are looking for something that doesn't taste quite so peanut buttery. This one really could be put on a lot of things or blended into a lot of things, such as smoothies or baked goods. It's hard to compare all of these because they all kind of serve a different purpose in my life. Do I need this many peanut powders? probably not. I even have a couple more I didn't review for you today. So if you're interested in a part 2, go ahead and let me know in the comments below and I will work on that. But the winners today are a little surprising. It was a tie between the OG PB2 and the banana nut bread powder. I think this just shows the versatility of peanut powder. So if you are a nut butter fan, check out these peanut powders. Even if you're trying to keep it healthy with no salt and no sugar, there are options out there for you. And I believe that a healthy weight loss journey is not about deprivation. So if you like something sweet occasionally, I like something sweet every single night. I've had to figure out how to incorporate that into my diet. And on WW Purple, you're given a limited number of points, and I use most of them on things like this. It keeps me sane, it keeps me focused, and it has been a part of my successful journey. So thank you for joining me today. I hope you found this helpful. Go ahead and give this video a like and subscribe if you want to see all of my content going forward, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.